Hey guys, and welcome back to Bravely Default. So in today's episode, we take on Khamer the Time Mage and Khint the Spellfencer. So we have our team set up for a Spellfencer versus Spellfencer and Time Mage versus Time Mage battle. Now it is we have a fairly offensively oriented build here with two-handed Sword Magic Amp and Gloom. We also have something called Multitask from the Swordmaster Asterisk, which allows us to potentially attack again after a regular attack. So we'll be able to sneak in some extra damage using this. With Anyas, we are going to be using Broodcast All in order to cast a Reflect on an entire party, since Khamer does tend to use time magic for obvious reasons. So we're going to be using that to send it right back to him. We're also going to be using some of the other specialties of the Time Mage as well. And we also have the Hasten World ability from the Time Mage class as well to increase our BP, and this will help us to speed up the battle a little bit. It's also one of the specialties of the Time Mage, so we're going to be using that. Now with Ring Bell, we have something called the Phantom Weapon, which is from the Spellfencer class. I'm going to explain why I'm using this once we actually start the battle, though. And with the deal, we have our defensive core build. So we have Default Guard, Auto Potion, Protect Ally, Dual Shields, and Shield Lore. As well as Chivalry for just extra defense and whatnot. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, let's roll.
It's the king again.
All is going according to plan. The entire kingdom grovels at my feet, Kent. Is it not brilliant, Spellfencer?
Yes. Perhaps you are right, Khamer the Eighth. Or should I say, Elok the Time Mage.
There is no perhaps about it. It is hard fact, and more will prostrate themselves before me over time. Through my collaboration with Profiteur's merchantry, the price of water has surged. The people suffer greatly. The public service I have ordered will surely be a burden to them. The more I steer their discontent toward the Wind Vestal, the more they will all trust me. Thankfully, the Vestal has not returned from the kingdom of Kaldisla. With any luck, she will never return. Without the Vestal, the people can devote themselves fully to their king. It is only a matter of time before believers of crystalism disappear from these lands. We have no need for the crystals or the Vestals. I shall become the supreme power here, and under the banner of anti-crystalism, the kingdom of Ansheim shall thrive. With me as ruler, this kingdom can last 1,000 years. How delightful it will be!
Do you think it will be that easy?
Do not be such a bore. You'd be wise not to rain on my parade.
My apologies.
What? This isn't... How are you here?
Regardless, I am here. I heard everything.
And just what did you supposedly hear? What new slander is this?
You're a poor actor, King.
You have some proof, then? Some evidence to show that I made these comments? Ha!
He's like a child caught in a lie.
No, of course no such proof exists. I know you lot are plotting to tear me from the throne, but it won't work. It won't.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Is this what you call leadership?
Just where did you creep in from?
We came through the secret passage in the giant clock. We know that you and Profiteeur are in cahoots.
I trust you did not see anyone but soldiers on your way here.
What do you mean?
I see. Well then, not a soul will miss you if you and your companions die here, Wind Vestal.
You horrid beast!
Do not let any leave here in one piece, Spellfencer. You can name your reward.
Then we have a contract. If price is no object, I shall place all on the line for this battle.
There is no place for you here, Vestal.
Alright, Khamer, your time is up. Alright, you might notice that Ring a Bell is holding a big freaking axe. So this is what we're going to be using Phantom Weapon for. Phantom Weapon takes the attack strength of your attack weapon and then adds it to your magic. And boy howdy do axes have a lot of attack strength. Okay, with Tiz, we are going to start off by using a Shell Split to drop Khamer's defense. And with Onyas, we are going to Brave twice, and we need to do some setup. We're going to be using something called Re-Raise from the Time Mage class, which will allow us to make all of our companions have Re-Rise, and then if they get knocked out, they'll be resurrected. And then second thing we need to do is we need to cast a Reflect on our party members to reflect all the time magic that Khamer's going to be sending our way. Now with Ring a Bell, we are going to be using... I know I bought Meteor from the shop on the ship earlier, and it's more powerful. However, because the axe is going to be contributing so much strength over to our magic, I'm actually better off to be using something called Khamer, which is much cheaper. It doesn't hit everyone in the field, but it's a lot cheaper, and we're going to be doing just as much damage with it. And with Adia, I need to give full cover to Onyas while she's setting up. So thanks to the Reflect, all the magic's going to be bouncing off. Now the only thing we are going to have to worry about is maybe Khamer, and that comment did 9,999 damage. That's how good Phantom Weapon is. Alright, thanks to Haste and Roll, we're also going to get some extra BP every single turn now, so that means we can go crazy, we can go nuts on our focusing on attacking. So we're going to focus on Khamer first, since he's the only reason that I have to set up the Reflects. He's my first target. And with Onyas, I don't need to do anything with her. She's strictly here for support, so she's going to default. With Rainbow, we're going for Time Magic, we're going for Comet, and just to kind of show it off, I will use one Meteor. And then with Dio, we are going to default with her. Oh, well, so much for Ring a Bell. That's why we have the Re-Raise. There's my Onyas too. Sorry, Onyas. And they're dead now. So much for my Re-Raise. Oh well, it's not the worst thing in the world. We can still make this work. Okay, in that case, Tiz, I'm going to have you throw some Phoenix Downs over towards Onyas. This SG more is going according to plan, sort of. And the reason I say that is because now that I'm using a Phoenix Down on them, they'll be low enough HP that full cover will kick in. Well, not full cover. Protect Ally will kick in, and then they'll be protected from all sorts of different attacks. So with Adia, we are just going to default with her. So I don't have to worry about Khamer too much. Khint, on the other hand, came very close to killing Tiz. But we're still good. We are still good. Alright, Anya should be fast enough in order to get an attack up, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We will focus our attacks on Khamer. Onyas, I'm going to have you Brave. We are going to... I kind of want to use a Re-Raise. I don't think Re-Raise works on enemies, though. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work on enemies. We'll just use a Reflect, then. So let's see, we are going to set up a Reflect on all allies. Now, granted, Tiz and Adia both have Reflect on them, so that is going to send the Reflects over to our opponents, and they'll get it too. That's not going to be an issue for me. Let's see, Ring a Bell, what can I do with you? I'm just going to have you focusing on your attacks, and that is because Comet, while it does non-elemental damage, it's also immune to Reflect, which is awesome. So we're going to focus on attacking Khamer as much as possible. Every single time I try to say Khamer, I really want to say Kramer, because Seinfeld, Jerry. And with the Dia, we are going to set up an Ironclad, and then we're going to go for a Supercharge onto Khamer. And we should be fine here. So let's see, our Reflect is up, so we are in good streaks. Of course, going to get sent back over to him. Nice. And now that everyone is as low on HP as they are, Protect Ally will kick in, and then all the physical attacks from Khamer well, not from Khamer, from Khint, are going to be intercepted by Idea. I just want to point out just how much damage Khamer is doing. It's doing so much damage thanks to Phantom Weapon. I don't know what it is. Just the concept of a Time Mage holding a giant axe just seems really enticing to me. Alright, with Tiz, we are going to keep our focus on Khamer. Onions, I need to reset the Reflect on Tiz and Idea since that has fallen off. So we are going to cast a Reflect on our party. Rainbow, we're going to Brave twice and go for some Comets. And with Idea, we're just going to default. Again, it will send the Reflect over to our enemies as well, but that is not going to be an issue thanks to both Meteor and Comet piercing Reflect. And there's the multitask. Unfortunately, multitask does not allow you to select a target, it's just completely random.
I'll give my throne to no one! No one!
So, yeah. Multitask is completely random, so you have no choice on who you get to hit, but it's just extra damage, and it's kind of fun to use every now and then. Alright, now our target is going to be Khint. We're just going to keep focusing on our attacks. Now, with Onions, I no longer need to set up Reflex anymore, so we're good there. And I don't need to set up a Re-Race either, so I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to send a Cross Potion over towards Idea so that we can get some HP back for her, and Rainbow can keep doing what he's doing with the comments. And with Idea, we're going to Brave... We're actually going to do this 3 times because I want to point out that you actually can add Sword Magic onto shields. Idea is only holding like 1 shield. Or is it 2? I can't really tell. It is 2. Okay. But it doesn't really add a whole lot of extra damage to our attacks, but it's just kind of cool. I like the idea that you can equip Sword Magic onto shields. Alright, Joe's comments is... Oh, he missed! Okay. Interesting. I've done this several times in order to streamline the strats for this particular battle, and that has never happened before. I've never had that happen before. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, let's see. Onions, I don't need to do anything with you whatsoever. I might as well just attack. We'll use some Comets. And, you know what? It will allow us to show off just how much extra damage Phantom Weapon is adding towards Rainbow's attack strength. And with the idea, we're just going to default. So each of Onions' Comets are going to do 0 damage because they're missing. Yeah, that's how different. That's how much different the attack strength is. 98, 49, versus Rainbow's 9,999. The Time Mage doesn't have particularly amazing magic to begin with, but even still, I find that to be very, very low. Jeez. Well, now that we've done that, we can actually now use our special, go for Piercing Bolt from Khint. Rainbow can go for 2 more Comets. And Idea, you can Brave twice. You can go for an Ironclad, which will help to boost up our Supercharge. And let's see how much damage this does.
You end here!
And I believe once you get Khint down to half health...
What? You aren't running this time?
Such a reward is worth taking a few risks. I must earn my keep by holding up my end of the bargain.
That happens. Good timing, Khint. Ooh yeah, get the extra multitask damage in. The rest of this battle should be fairly straightforward. He's not really much of a threat thanks to Idea's superpowered extra abilities. Now, she has like incredible defense right now. I think her defense is currently sitting at around 200 something, so any attacks towards her are going to be doing next to no damage. I'm actually going to overbrave it, Bring Your Bell, and just see how many extra Comets we can get in. And with the average going to default. 700. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better than 49 and 98. Nice. And then we should be able to finish him off at this point. We should be pretty much done. And we are good. So Onions can default. Idea can go for another supercharge. And out of curiosity, I'm just kind of curious as to... Oh, Idea just barely lived that.
Just a bit more. Still, the money has been worth it.
Okay, I'm cool with this. I was gonna say I'm curious as to how much extra damage Ironclad adds to Supercharge's attack strength. Oh well.
I see. I regret my failure to see through the former king's misdeeds.
Where will the kingdom go from here? How will it function in the absence of its king?
I will take up the mantle of governance for the time being, though that is no lasting solution. Ansheim will have to change. With luck, it will become a land led by its people for the benefit of all. What is certain is that it will ever be a welcome home to you and your companions, Lady Vestal. We will pray for your safe journey. Go, and bring your light to all the world.
Party chat? Oh, no party chat. Alrighty, in the next episode we will take on the first member of the Bloodrose Legion, Ophelia the Summoner. So, as always, thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I hope to see you next time. Laters!